The quest for results and solutions to the country's problems has brought about a social media movement or campaign to challenge authorities to be up and doing. Now, today on Say It Loud, we speak to the originator of the hashtag FixTheCountry. He's going to tell us everything that has to do with this hashtag and why essentially we are at where we are now. I am Lord Harris Idosari. When we return from the break, we introduce our guest. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. This is Say It Loud with me, Lord Harris Idosari. Now, today we have with us the originator of hashtag FixTheCountry. His name is Joshua Boy Do, but everyone knows him as Kali J. So I can call you Kali J too, right?
Yeah.
How did the first tweet even come about? Do you remember what the tweet was?
The first tweet was just the hashtag fix the country, and then I followed with other tweets with content and the hashtag. But the first tweet was fix the country, and yeah, that's how I just started.
That was what generated this whole thing we are in right now.
Yeah, but I feel it's more of like a build-up.
Okay.
Because it's been, people on the timeline have noticed I've been talking about social issues for some while now. So,
okay.
And people who follow me have been following my trend, and they saw something coming. I also didn't see myself putting out a hashtag, but I was like, enough is enough. Let's just try and get one voice, and we should all speak out, because it's like I'm always the one doing the talking. But if we come together as a group of people and then we're able to push their message, I feel our leaders will hear us. So I just put out the hashtag Fix the Country, and a lot of people agreed. So
I mean, like you said, you've been always, if I can use the word, lamenting or complaining about the state of the country and how things are not working on and all that. But essentially, the hashtag could have been anything. Why Fix the Country?
Because we've had instances like last year, like this time, for instance, I helped one of the towns trend the hashtag Fix Our Street Lights.
Okay.
And there are times I put either NSS personnel or some workers from a certain sector of the country will come and say, please help us trend the hashtag because we are not getting paid. So instead of every day trying to trend a different hashtag for a different purpose, why don't you all just come together, have one voice, and then we fix the country as a whole. If the country is working, then there will be no need for me to come and fix the road, fix the street lights, fix our water bodies, fix our electricity, because the country is working, so there will be no need, and it will be like all our problems will just tone down a bit.
What is the response you're looking for, or what response essentially are you looking for?
I just wanted to see our government officials, our leaders especially, up on their feet. If I say fix our roads, people are communicating to you that the road here is bad, and you see it, and then you say, I don't want to do anything, because once they are done talking, they will stop. It's all over. I just want them to see, because it's not like they can't do it, because 2 days to election, 3 days to election, I see workers on the road working day and night to fix roads before election. So why can't they do it when they have all the time in the world?
Okay.
But why can't they do it? It hurts, because it's like they have the power to do something to solve a problem, and they do not want to do it. And they are not the ones who end up suffering. It's the innocent person on the streets that ends up suffering, and it's too much.
Are you overwhelmed?
Thinking about this, the current state of the country, I don't know. It's like I see no future for us as a country if we keep on going this way. It's in 10, 20 years to come, if Ghana is going this way, where are we going to end up? And Ghana is not a poor country. We have all the resources. Our climate itself, it's tropical. We can have we can grow a lot of fruit here. We are privileged than a lot of countries. We are closer to the sea. We are closer to the sea as well. Imagine the landlocked countries without other resources like the ones we have in the country. So I see no reason why we should be poor as a country. And if we have all the resources, then why are the people not benefiting? It's because the system and the country is not working. And I just feel we are all letting the country down, and we are letting the people down, and we should just get up and let the country run.
We've had various people from different sectors jumping on board. We've got celebrities, we have CSOs, and all that gets on board. Last I checked, you had over 450,000 tweets.
Yeah.
Did you expect it to explode like this? How do you feel?
When I started the hashtag, it was just a hashtag to tell the country and our leaders that the people are tired, so let's please work. But I started the hashtag and it's trending worldwide. It's over 450,000 tweets. I started another one and it's over 150,000 tweets, and it shows that there's a problem. It shows that there's a problem because over 450,000 tweets and they are not praising you, they are complaining. Then there's a problem. So what is the problem? Go through the hashtags. You see the roads. Which MPs, this road, which district is it in? Who is supposed to fix this road? Why is this road not fixed? Instead of coming to tell us that the system will work, to work when we are dead or what? We want to see progress in the country. If this hashtag goes all the way, it goes worldwide and we don't get results, then there's
no point. Let me just bring you back one step. Before you came or generated the hashtag, what broke the camel's back for you? What was it that when this thing happened, now like, nah, this one day, Charlie, this country needs fixing?
It was, Adzaho posted a video. I saw a pregnant, a newborn baby on the floor with the mother. They were lying on the hospital floor. A 1-day-old baby. I still keep posting that video all the time. I posted it this morning. It was.
When did you first see it?
It was some months back. It was like a viral video. There, it was like, I think it's the nurse or the midwife in that hospital that posted the video. She went to the ward, the maternity ward, and the baby mothers were all on the floor with their babies, breastfeeding their babies in the hospital. And I was like, what did the kids do wrong? The country is rich, so why will you be born into a country like Ghana and then you'll be lying on the floor day one, lying on the bare floor because the person who is supposed to provide hospital beds is not doing his job? And I was like, enough is enough. Like, and then recently someone texted me and was like, our classrooms, it rained heavily and then the roofing sheets fell off the classrooms and now the students have to move under the tree to study. The students, the 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds' crime was that he wants education for himself or herself. And the education the person is going to get in 20 years, 30 years is going to build this country. So the only crime the little kid did was to go to school to study. And I posted the pictures, posted the pictures on Twitter, and I was like, please, these people need help. And everybody was retweeting it. I was getting the likes, but I wasn't seeing results. And I'm like, who is supposed to do this? So I had to speak to some of my friends, and I was like, can we do something about this situation? So I made the person do an estimate of how much they need. They said they needed 60,000 Ghana cedis to fix the classrooms. I think class 1 to class 6.
Where was this?
It was one of the villages in Nzima.
Okay.
And I was like, the money is there, so why are we not doing it? And it hurts because if you build a classroom, it's for generations. It's for, you are educating the whole generation, and someone with knowledge will also contribute to building the country. So why? We don't have to. Education is like a right. Quality healthcare is like a right. I don't have to come and beg you to help me. I don't have to come and beg you for quality healthcare. It's something that I'm supposed to get because I pay my taxes. I'm a citizen of this country.
Mm-hmm. Fast forward, the hashtag has trended. I mean, for a couple of days now, it's been trending. It's all over the place. But, I mean, you talk of healthcare, quality education, but those are just some areas. But tell me, what are your key picks that you want this hashtag to solve?
Unemployment. The salary, the minimum salary, rent issues, and the roads, and education and hospitals. But I'll put unemployment at the very top, because if you are taxing the people and the person has a job, if the person has a job, the person won't really complain much because he has a source of income to pay for the taxes. But the person has no job and you're piling taxes on the person. How is the person going to survive? And then I asked this question on Twitter today. It's now over 400 comments. And I was like, what if I'm to meet the government right now and the government asks, what do we want? What would be your answer? And most of the replies were unemployment.
When did the mean of everything that you had collated?
Yeah.
The average of all the results.
Most of them. Unemployment, I think it's even trending on Twitter. It was like 17 or 16 the last time I checked. The youth they are not asking our leaders for money. They're asking for jobs.
Okay.
So it's not like we are lazy. We are willing to work, but the job is not there. Let's say, and then when we complain that we want jobs, this is what the government will do. Let's say they set up a community, they set up a factory or a factory in a district, and the community has over 200 unemployed people, right? And then they set up a factory that takes 40 or 50 unemployed people. Then they say we've solved unemployment. So how about the 150 people left? And I feel unemployment shouldn't be a problem in this country, because let's take the Stop Galamsey fight, for instance. The government is saying we are ending Galamsey, but after that, what next? So if you are telling the person stop Galamsey and the person stops, what is the person going to do? The government our leaders haven't responded to that.
Okay.
And then they'll tell you go into agriculture. Once the person goes to agriculture, is there a ready market for the products
that the person
is going to produce? Our leaders haven't replied to that. But this is not something that should be a headache. If and our leaders always give this excuse, when you employ a Ghana man to work for you, they don't do their job and you end up chasing them. But here we are chasing our leaders to work. You get it? And then when we complain that we want more factories, we want more job opportunities, then they'll be like, Ghanaians have taste for foreign goods. But that is not something, that is a problem we can solve, right? If Ghanaians are always importing, let's say meat, we are always importing meat, and then the government increases tax on the importation of meat and other meat products from outside the country, and then they try and reduce the taxes for the local farmers and the people that produce meat, right? If you go to the market and then you see one meat and that meat is 50 cedis and it is imported, and one it's Ghanaian and it's like 20 cedis, and they are all of equal quality, why won't I go for the Ghanaian and leave there? And once you are doing that, you are creating ready markets. And once there is ready markets, people will go into that business because they see that there's a lot of money in there, and you are creating employment. This is not something that is going to be too difficult for governments to do.
So basically, these are your main frustrations.
Exactly.
What will make you stop the campaign?
Let's see. I see workers on the road. If I see a community today, like before I came to this interview, someone tweeted that due to this hashtag, my boss just increased my salary by 30%.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I just retweeted it with a smiling emoji because I see that we were getting somewhere.
Yeah, results.
So if someone comes and was like, we complain with the hashtag that the government should fix our roads, and now there are workers on the roads, I will see that we are getting somewhere. Okay, we are getting somewhere. Someone will be like, the previous government started this company or started this facility, and the facility is ready, but there are no people to occupy it. And then the government says, okay, so there's an office here, you people should go and occupy it, and we add it to the government's payroll, and we will move. They'll be like, due to the hashtag, things are working. Then we will be like, so what's the essence of the hashtag? Then we will all just go back to our ways because we see the system working.
That's actually cool.
Yeah.
But going through the tweets, right, I see a number of vile attacks targeted at you and some of your influence the influencers. Have you received any threat personally from anyone?
No, I've not received threats, but ever since this hashtag started, all I've been seeing is, Kalije, be careful. Right now, you are now a target. Right now, they've seen your face. You are now. But if you're in a society where I become, let's say, a target, I become a target because I'm voicing out my complaints, then there's a problem somewhere, right? But I feel we are just voicing out our problems. It's a hashtag. Hashtags won't kill anybody.
Do you feel unsafe or threatened? Although you haven't received any and you've gotten advices from other people.
I feel a little bit unsafe. Sometimes I'm working and I'm looking back, but I feel it's just the heat of the moment and everything will just die down. And we are just doing our best to make the country a better place, because if the system is working, everybody will be happy. No one will come and attack. No one will just get up and say that fix the country if the country is working. No one will do that. If you go to the streets, there are people struggling. There are people that spend less than 5 cedis a day, and why should it be so? We have gold, we have diamond, we have bauxite, we have oil. You go to the oil city and there is no sign of oil in the lives of the people. It's sad.
Right, we're taking a short break here. We are speaking to Kalije, but his name is Joshua Boy Do. He's the influencer who started the hashtag FixTheCountry. After the break, the conversation continues. Please don't go anywhere.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on Ghana Web TV.
Thanks for staying. So we've been speaking to a young social media influencer who has chosen to use his influence to bring about change in the country. I'm referring to Kalije, the originator of hashtag FixTheCountry. Now, Kalije, I was telling you earlier, and you're telling me that you are not really safe, or you don't feel safe all the time, but hopefully just in the heat of the moment. But it appears a lot of people are complaining about the government's performance in certain key areas, right, including the economy, and they are sadly indicating their regrets as far as voting is concerned. Is it the same for you?
Yes, sort of. I feel if you vote for someone, you believe in the person, you believe in what the person can do. That's why you're voting.
So you voted for this?
No, I wouldn't disclose, but I voted for. No, I wouldn't disclose that. I don't think I'll disclose that. But let's say people are disappointed because they have hopes. Expectations bring disappointment, as you know. So
you feel your expectations weren't met as far as that is concerned?
The purpose of this hashtag is it's not a jab at the current government,
okay,
and it's not in support of the opposition.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. It's more, that's why anytime in all our tweets we are just saying our leaders, because opposition is those in those opposition are our leaders. Those in current government are our leaders. This is just to tell them to sit up. So if, let's say, we are telling the government to sit up and it's President Akufo-Addo's government that is on, then there are two sides to a thing. You will see it as maybe we coming at the government or we presenting an opportunity to the government. Because if this government takes our complaints to heart and then they fix it, they will go down in history as the government that changed the history of this country.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
But if they go deaf ears to apply it or they pretend they've not seen it, they'll just be like one of those governments, let me put it in that way, like one of those governments that just came to pass through. But if they see that, okay, the people are complaining about roads, so let's fix the roads for them, and then in 3-4 years to come, it's time for elections. The people will remember. I was teaching show working. So even if you work, I'm not even sure you have to campaign because the people have seen your work. You just remind them that I did the road for you, right?
Okay.
But if you don't work, and then the people are saying, please work for us, and you're not working, then it becomes something else.
I asked because in 2016 a similar thing happened where Ghanaians, poured out into the streets to demonstrate and vent their frustrations at the outgone government, right? And later on, it turned out that they were pawns being used by politicians, to push some sort of agenda. Is this what it is?
Okay.
Because you have good ground, you've got wild following, you're a social media influencer.
2016 was an election year, right?
It was.
Yeah, and 2020 was an election year too. So why didn't the government, let's say, set political parties, start such a movement in an election year, but they are doing it right after an election year, 6 months into the tenure of a new government? If I am a businessman and if I'm a politician and I would like to start something like this, I can start it 6 months to the general elections. So it affects the result of the elections, but I'm starting it 6 months after the elections, 6 months after the government is in power.
Okay.
What am I hoping to achieve? And if a political party is sponsoring this hashtag and a lot of people are jumping on it, both people from your party and neutral people, then you should look into it, get it, because people that follow me on Twitter, they know I don't talk about politics. I'm always about football. I'm always making jokes on the timeline, posting funny videos, and I go my way. So if I just get up one day and I say that I want to start a hashtag to change the course of the country, to make things work for us, then I'm doing my national service at the moment, and I'm trying to tell the government to work. Then there's a problem somewhere because I'm not the one supposed to tell the government to work. The government knows they are supposed to work because they are being paid with whose money? Taxpayers' money.
So how do you assure the people that you're pushing a national agenda and not some parochial interest?
That's what I'm saying. I said I posted on Twitter that earlier today that post your roads, post the bad schools, post the hospitals, and tag the MPs and people responsible, name and shame them. So if it's a political thing, then whoever is starting it will also get his fire. It's a national problem, and this is if we are all jumping on the hashtag to reduce rent and to stop the 2 years advance, 3 years advance rent thing, and finally the government implements it, right? Who is it going to benefit? The whole country.
Okay.
And then all the problems I'm mentioning here are not, let's say, political. They are something that is bothering us. That's why I asked on Twitter, what is bothering you? What is bothering? And the people spoke. It's unemployment. It's unemployment.
Sorry to cut you there, but in your position as a social media influencer, have you ever worked with politicians before?
No.
So none of them have contacted you?
No. If I would work with politicians, then I think if I started a campaign, it would have been all over that you work with this party, so why are you campaigning? It would have been there for LTC. Prior to elections, I didn't post any political party's flyer. I had some favorites, like there was this female MPP personality. I think her constituency is around Circle. I liked her very much, and then John Dumelo too. I liked him because he was more into agriculture. Those are like my two favorite people. So I was just retweeting their stuff, and but I don't think I use my platform to push in the political party. Maybe an individual, John Dumelo and that MPP woman, I was retweeting her stuff because I liked them. I've not met them personally. I've not met them personally too, because from afar I just like them. So and if you could see, it's both the MPP and NDC. So I'm not someone who is more into politics. I'm more into video games and football and just trying to live my life. So if finally I'm feeling the heat, because I just completed school last year and I'm feeling the heat and I'm complaining about the country, then I feel there's something somewhere.
What was or is your dream? I mean, once you were getting out of school, what did you have in mind that you wanted to do before you were hit with what would like to say the reality, and it forced you to come up with this hashtag?
I've not yet started living my dream yet. I'm more into entrepreneurship. I plan on starting businesses on my own in the near future, probably, if God permits. Yeah. So that's all I want.
What businesses?
I'm someone who dreams a lot, so it's more of the film industry, agriculture, a lot, tourism. Those are where my interests lie. I believe in doing what makes you happy. That's what I believe in. So I believe if maybe I start a business and the business is going well and I feel that I have enough capital and I'm like, okay, today I want to talk about flowers because I'm starting to grow the interest for flowers. I want to do business about flowers. I'll just do it. I just go where the wind takes me, as long as my capital is enough.
And you felt that once you came out of school, even before the national service began, things weren't looking so good. Is that how you felt?
Yeah, things were not looking good because if I'm taking 599 cedis every month, I have to pay for light bill, water bill, transport, food, airtime, and other stuff. How much am I going to save to start my business? At the end of the day, if you do calculations, if I'm supposed to go strictly by my budget, I can say maybe I'll be saving like 30 cedis a month from national service.
But yours is a special case because you're an influencer. I'm sure.
Yes, so that's the privilege I have. But if someone in my shoes, someone who is not an influencer, let's see, that would be like 30 cedis a month. And then if you're saving 30 cedis a month for 12 months, how much are you going to get at the end of the day to start your business? And all the expenses I mentioned, I never added the 2 years rent and 3 years rent.
Okay. As a student of communication, right, and from where you sit, what would you say the influence of social media is compared to the mainstream?
Okay, so I believe social media is getting powerful, and our leaders know that. Let me say that. I won't say they don't know that. They know that, but maybe they are not paying attention to it. Because recently I noticed that most of our leaders, our politicians were being verified on Twitter, so they know that they know something about verification, they know something about Twitter. And when Jack said he was going to build his headquarters in Ghana, all our politicians so they know the importance of social media. So I believe social media is very powerful. Social media, I've raised funds for sick people on social media so many times before. And we started hashtags on social media like the Fix Our Traffic Lights. That one, even people were demonstrating on the streets, and then social media had to bring the issue to light. And it's because of social media that this whole Fix the Country thing is going far. So I believe social media is very powerful. And if you have the voice, you should just use it.
Okay. Now that you mentioned it, has any politician reached out to you since the hashtag began?
No.
No one has said anything to you? I think. So what's the bigger picture here? How long do you intend to embark on this?
Okay, so this question, I feel maybe at the end of the day, most of the people using the hashtag will just give up.
Why do you say that?
Because this is Ghana. Once you push and you push and you push and you don't get results, then we're like, that's the way it is. Let's just leave it.
Is that why you brought another hashtag? Because it was first Fix the Country.
It was Fix the Country, and I think some people, I don't know if they reported it or something, it left the hash trends. So it was Fix the Country, and then it left the trends. It had over 450,000 tweets, left the trends. And I started Fix the Country now, and it had over 150,000 tweets again. And then this after I went online, and it has left the trends. And I started another one, Fix the Country Ghana. So currently that's what's going. So if if I just have to keep voicing out, if I'll keep on voicing out till I can take it no more. So maybe the people are tired of hearing me, and they'll have to block me or mute me. Then
when you say that the hashtags, the initial ones that you did, they somehow got phased out, for want of a better word, from the trends. This happened to you 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel like you are facing some form of, restriction or clash somewhat?
Yeah. I saw the clash coming because, as I said, this trend or hashtag is not aimed at the current government or in support of the opposition, but the current government, whatever I do, they are the ones there, so definitely they are the ones supposed to work, right? So maybe they'll feel that maybe it's towards them, but I feel the people who oppose it, there will be people that will be like, the country's working, just relax. I don't see 100% of Ghanaians agreeing that fix the country, because maybe someone is like is good for someone, but it's not good for someone. But maybe the majority of the people are complaining. Maybe the people opposing are the people comfortable in the country, right? So
how did you even feel when you saw some of those tweets? I saw a hashtag, something being fixed.
Fix yourself.
Fix yourself.
Fix
How?
attitude.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised because.
What was your initial reaction when you saw it? Your first reaction?
I was like, okay, bring it on.
Okay.
Because we can do this all day. If you bring a hashtag, I also bring another one. And if it's going to, as long as the majority wins and the majority are speaking, I'm not the only one speaking. I'm not the only one trending the hashtag. I'm not. This Fix the Country movement. It has no leader. There is no leader. I just started the hashtag.
Oh, it has no leader?
We have no leader. I just started the hashtag, and then they took over. The youth took over. So it's like you're fighting Ghanaian youth, then you have a long way to go. Because all I just have to do is just say, if I see there's no hashtag, maybe they'll be looking up to me to give a new hashtag. I'll just give the hashtag. If I go and sleep right now and I come back online, the hashtag will trend, because a lot of the majority is agreeing with me. They agree that something has to change. So it's like you're fighting the youth of the country. Meanwhile, you're the youth, and you're also going to benefit when everything is set in place.
Okay. Now, what next after the social media campaign? I know there's the demo and
I've seen
the channel, but apart from that, what's next?
My problem is, if we are posting on social media, then eventually we see people, the government taking responsibility. We see roads being fixed. We see abandoned government projects being taking place. We see the minimum wage. If maybe you tell all companies or organizations in Ghana that the minimum wage for every worker should be 800 cedis or something, we see these things being implemented, I'll be like, we are getting results. Why the need for the hashtag? I can just go back to tweeting about my regular football. I love Chelsea so much.
What's the updates with the demonstration though? I know the police released a statement that you are not allowed to do that. Does that halt it for you? What's happening?
The police are like, we can't demonstrate. But people are also saying that it's usually writing letters to the police for demonstration. It's not like asking permission. It's just to notify them. That was what I was told. You are just notifying the police that this is all happening. But if the police want to stop a demonstration, then they have to take the matter to court or something. That's what I've been told.
You are not part of those leading the demonstration?
As I said, I'm just a social media guy. I'm just pushing my hashtag out there. I'm just doing my social media thing. I'm just asking people, if you have bad roads, take a picture of the road, come and put it on social media, use the hashtag, and mention the name of the MP or the district assembly, that DC that is supposed to do that. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not leading the demonstration. I don't have the capa. I don't even have the knowledge to write that legal words and stuff like that to start a demonstration. I'm just doing my thing on social media and trying to see how far to go. And they've seen it. I've seen Mr. Gabi Ochidako replying. I've seen Honorable upon Kuma replying. So I think we are getting somewhere. I've seen the replies. Well, we have to see the action. That's what we are lacking now, the action. Because the replies have been coming in since time immemorial, since I was a kid. Now it's time for action.
So, Kalije, tell me your final words.
I'll say the Fix the Country movement is not just for today. It's something that we will look back in 10, 20 years and be like, I joined this hashtag and then this road was fixed in my community. I joined this hashtag and they built a school and now students are going to school because I joined the hashtag on Twitter. I feel maybe at the end of the day, if we keep going and we are not getting responses, and then we even get tired of using the hashtags and then we finally give up. Once in a while, just tweet something about social issues. Try to tell the people that, there are still problems that need to be solved. This fight is a fight for our future.
What happens if you lose, if it doesn't bring in any results, of the results that you have outlined? If you don't get them, what happens?
First of all, I'll be disappointed because I'll be like, it will feel like it was just part of the numerous protests and stuff that have happened. I usually want to stand out. If I want to do something, I want to stand out and do it and know that I've accomplished something, right? So if I do the hashtag and I don't join it, to be like, you guys started the hashtag and it didn't source, I'll feel like a disappointment. And I don't want to. I hate to lose. So I just want to see results. And this, like a 24-year-old challenging the system, challenging the government. And I believe they should just listen to us. We are not asking for money. We are not asking you for food. We are asking you for employment. We are asking you to do your job. We are asking you to just do your job. There is no violence anywhere. There is no violence anywhere. It's just hashtags telling the government to be on their toes. We are in a digital era. Government believes in ICT. So right now we are telling them, we are voicing out to the government, please do something for us. We are tired. I want to wake up one day and then go on social media and I'll see students in classrooms, not students being moved from trees to classrooms. I want to see hospitals and then I'll see newborn babies on beds. I want to see the system working, the roads that cause accidents. Funny thing is, every year there are fire outbreaks in the markets, and government will do provisions for NADMO to go and solve that. They will do budgets for NADMO to go and solve that. But why won't they do budgets to provide more fire trucks that will be at the market 24/7? So when the fire starts, they'll be able to sort the fire out, like quench the fire. No, but they are always doing budgets for relief products for fire victims and all. But let's get to the root of the problem. If the government can put a whole country on lockdown, then why can't we take issues one by one and put in all the energy and fix them once and for all?
All right. Thank you so much for your time here, Kalije.
Thank you very much.
So that was Joshua Boydo, known to many as Kalije, 24-year-old social media influencer who has chosen to use his voice to bring change and speak truth to power and force the government to fix the system, fix the country. This has been another interesting edition of Say It Loud with me, Lord Harris Udasare. Do join us for our subsequent editions. Thank you for staying.